this is Janelle. I also go by Nelly. I decided to start talking about books on this channel and my love of reading. So I decided to do the newbie tag. Okay, so the first question is, why did you start this channel? So I already have this channel like previously made with other stuff that I posted, like poetry and, you know, little mental health videos. But I think I don't know why I said making a channel, because I'm not creating a new channel. This is my same channel. Making this channel, hopefully I can share my love of books. I can like recommend books to people, and hopefully I would like to meet some people who are also on BookTube. Nothing better than being friends with people who love to read just like you do. Next question is, what are some fun and I think creative things you can bring to YouTube? I had some ideas for videos that I can make where I read certain books that's going with a theme. Like I was, for example, going to at some point read some self-help books and then say, hey, I read these 20 self-help books and this is what I learned, or something like that. I feel like BookTube needs more diversity, and I love reading books about diversity and stuff. I would love to give recommendations for books by Black authors or Black characters, like the main character, and also LGBTQ+. And I just want to read books about like just different things. Diversity is a huge thing. And like, for instance, I'm reading this book right now. I'm almost done it. It's a library book and it's called I'll Be the One. And I love that this book, the main character is Korean, because it's like, it's different, you know? And it's a really good book too. It's like about her auditioning to be on this K-pop show, to be a K-pop star. Totally recommend it, even though I'm not even done reading it yet, but yeah. And the next question is, what am I excited about with this new channel? Even though the channel's not new, I said that already. I've been a silent viewer of BookTube for quite a while now, and I just love like hearing about other people's favorite books or books they like or they didn't like. Like, it may be a book that I really enjoyed but somebody else didn't like, so I like to go and find out what did they not like about it. But I think the whole community aspect is the thing that I'm looking forward to the most, because I want to be in contact with people who read books, and I like looking at book content and getting excited about new books, and you know, I just feel like this could be a journey. The next question is, why do you love reading? I would say that I love that I can just like transport myself to a different world outside of my own. I read books for entertainment, but I also read books for self-development. What I mean by that is the entertainment, like my favorite kind of books are young adult fiction, but also I use some for self-development books, like self-help books when I do read them. Now, lately I haven't really been reading self-help because sometimes it can get a little dull. I do enjoy them. And same thing with poetry books. I read poetry books sometimes just so I can get inspiration for my own writing. Okay, the next question said, what book or series got you into reading? Honestly, when I think back on this, I would say the Junie B. Jones series. Could be showing my age a little bit, but Junie B. Jones, I read like, I don't know if I've read all the books or not, but I read a bunch of them. I owned a lot of them when I was younger, like in middle school, elementary school. Side story, I kind of accidentally discovered that I loved reading when I was younger, because like if I had bad grades, like if I had a bad grade or I forgot to do a chore or something like that, my parents would say, okay, you can't watch TV for like a day or something. And I would say, well, what am I supposed to do with my time? Like, I'm just gonna look at the wall? And they would say, go read a book. You got so many books in your room, go read a book. And so I would sit there and read, and that's how I just started loving books. And I would read, you know, do the summer reading program and things like that. The next question is, what kind of questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? And this is gonna sound like such a silly question, but okay, hear me out here. If you could only read one book for the rest of your life, you can't read any more books but that one book, so you have to read that book over and over again, what book would you choose? Ooh. That's a loaded question. So this question is, what challenges I think will be the hardest to overcome using a BookTube? I probably worded that really wrong. I think coming up with content, and also when I get into reading slumps, I feel like that will be a challenge because I'm just starting to start reading again. And I was in a slump for about 2-3 months where I just felt like I couldn't focus on reading, you know, and I feel like that's something that will be a hard challenge for me to overcome, me, you know, not having the motivation to read and things like that. But I do enjoy reading. It's just sometimes I get in these slumps where it's just like I can't focus. Next is, when did you start reading? I would say I've been reading for as long as I knew how to read. I think back to elementary school, and we used to have like these book fairs, same thing in middle school too. These book fairs, I think it was by Scholastic, and I would ask my mom, like, Mom, the book fair is at school this week, can I have some money? And she would give me money to go to school and buy books during the book fair. I've done that all throughout elementary and middle school. I looked forward to those book fairs, buying my Junie B. Jones books, buying my who was the other one I used to read? The Ramona books. I don't know. Next is, where do you read? And honestly, I like to read when I'm in bed. Like, I lay down and I read. And that's not really productive because I end up falling asleep. But sometimes I sit in this chair and I read, or I read like on the way to appointments and stuff in waiting rooms. I basically bring a book with me everywhere, so that way if it's like something I'm waiting on or something like that, like an appointment or something, I can read while I'm waiting. So I bring a book with me. Next question is, what books do you like to read? My absolute favorites are young adult fiction, but I also read sometimes self-help. I read poetry. I read psychology-themed books. I read thrillers and horror books. I think that's about it. Sometimes I might read like spiritual books too, but not really. My favorite will always be young adult fiction. Like, love it. So that's the conclusion of this video. I have some ideas coming. This isn't a traditional BookTube channel thing because I want to post things other than, oh, look at the books that I read this month. You know, like, I want to post mental health stuff. I want to post my poetry, things like that, but I also will be posting book content. And that's about it. And as far as like the books I read, I either read a physical copy, I read ebooks through this app called Scribd, listen to audiobooks. And like today I finished reading, well, no, I didn't read it, I was listening to an audiobook of You Should See Me in a Crown, which I actually rated 5 stars because that book was phenomenal. But yeah, I do recommend that, and I told you guys about the book that I'm reading now, I'll Be the One. I did start a book last night, but I only read like the first few pages. But this is another library book that I have right now, Sadie. Pretty popular book. But yeah, so thank you. If you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate if you liked it. Leave a comment if you have anything to comment on. I feel like I can't English today. I cannot English. Or you can subscribe, which I will greatly appreciate. Like, if you subscribe, like, you're the real MVP. So that's it. And maybe if you want to comment a book that you really love in the comments, so then I can try to read it. Bye.